Hey folks, we are here with the last of our Hunt Elk Every Year videos. These videos are brought to you by goHUNT and their insider service, which I have pulled up right here in front of me on my laptop. If you go to goHUNT.com and sign up for the insider and use promo code RANDY, they're going to give you $50 of mad money, like free credit, in their gear shop, which is a serious gear shop. And the reason we're doing this with goHUNT is we want you to hunt elk every year. And so that's why we started with Wyoming, went through all of the primary western elk states, and now we're at the last one, Idaho. And Idaho kind of is this good bridge between the limited entry hunts and what's available for you as a leftover or over-the-counter type opportunity if you don't draw anything in the controlled or limited entry draws, because Idaho has a bit of both. But I'm going to go into that. So the very first thing you need to know about Idaho is there's no point system. Thank you, Idaho. You and New Mexico have retained your sanity. The rest of the world is out in these elaborate schemes of points and squaring, and it's crazy. If there's a downside to Idaho, it's that as a non-resident or as a resident, we have to buy a non-refundable hunting license in order to apply for one of the limited entry tags, or controlled hunts, as I should call them here in Idaho. The actual elk tag fee in Idaho is lower than just about every other state. It's $415 or $16. So you add your license and you add the cost of the elk tag itself, and you're under $600 as a non-resident, which $600 is still a lot of money, but when you figure that Colorado's higher than that, Arizona's higher than that, New Mexico's higher than that, Nevada's higher than that, Wyoming is higher than that, they're treating us pretty well as non-residents. The deadline this year is June 5th. So don't miss the June 5th deadline. They open it up May 1st and they run it until June 5th. And usually in early July, you find out what the results are in Idaho. So let's walk through what you'd have to do. So for non-residents, they have the I think they call it the mentored or junior mentored hunting license, which is less. I think it's a little over $30, something like that. But the adult license that most of us are going to have to apply for is $155, right near there. And then when we make an application for one of the controlled hunts, one of the limited entry tags, it's $15, I think, or just under $14.75, something like that. So in Idaho, you don't send in all your money. Here's how it works. This is interesting. So you buy your non-resident license, you pay your application fee, and you submit into the controlled draws. You find out in early July, and then you have until August 1st to actually buy and pay for your controlled hunt tag. Yeah, there are people who don't realize you have to go and get that tag by August 1st. If you don't, and those people who don't realize it or they forget or whatever, then that drawing success that you had goes away. And your tag, if you haven't paid for it and picked it up by then, goes into a second draw. So in Idaho, if you invest in this non-resident license, you get to apply in the first draw. You get to apply in the second draw, and you can use it as your base license if you decide that Idaho is your over-the-counter elk option. Here's another thing you need to know. In Idaho, if you apply for moose or goat or sheep, you cannot apply for the controlled hunts of deer, elk, and antelope. So in Idaho, you got to make up your mind. Do I want to do sheep? If I do that, I can only do sheep. Do I want to do moose? If I do that, that's all I can do. I can't do anything else. If I do goat, mountain goat, I can't do anything else. So that makes the draw odds in Idaho better than they are in a lot of the other western states. So I bought my license, I mail in with my application fee, or I go online and do it, whichever, with the application fee. And I can select any of my elk hunts, any of my deer hunts, any of my antelope hunts. Now, here's how the draw works in Idaho. They'll give you multiple applications, but they look at all of the first choice applications before they look at anyone's second choice application. So for these controlled hunts, you're really wasting your time to worry about a second choice, third choice type application. Focus on your first choice. We as non-residents will get up to 10% of the tags, but we're not guaranteed 10% of the tags. Now, I have my hunting license. So it'd be crazy if I'm doing an over-the-counter hunt somewhere, or that's my fallback plan, it'd be crazy not to do it in Idaho. Idaho has some really, really good over-the-counter elk hunting. We call them general hunts, whatever, but it's got really good archery dates. Super good archery dates. I would say if I was gonna go do an over-the-counter elk hunt in Idaho, I would do it during archery season. So there you have it, folks. Appreciate goHUNT making all these videos to us. We're gonna do one more after this, and that's kind of a, oh, I didn't draw, now what do I do? And in that video, we're gonna cover all the over-the-counter, all the leftover, all the general tag options that would be available to you if you didn't draw on any of these. And if you go out to goHUNT and you sign up for the Insider, you're gonna get the best draw odds, these research articles, strategy articles that I'm reading from right here. And use promo code Randy and get the $50 of free store credit. But make sure that you go elk hunting this year. That's the most important part of all of this. We wanna make sure that you're out elk hunting, because there's this somewhat crazy idea that you got to be really rich to go elk hunting, or you need access to certain property, or there's no opportunity if you don't draw some exclusive tag. No. The idea of these videos is to show you how to maybe draw some of those tags, but we're going to wrap it up by showing you if you didn't draw one of those tags, here is what you can do to go elk hunting. Thanks for watching.